How y'all doing out there? This is Easy Work Boxing. About to hit you everywhere but under your feet. You understand me? Please like, subscribe, comment to the channel. You understand? Most of all, comment, hit the notification bell. Also, please look in the description. I have a new channel. People are not getting my notifications and things like that. So please hit that link to Easy Work Boxing 2. We got to get that channel going live. Y'all subscribe. Everybody who watch this channel, if you love the channel, support the channel, please hit that subscription button on that new channel, man. You know what I'm saying? I told you finna hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one, but you know what I'm saying? Also, no bias talk on Easy Work channel. No racism on Easy Works channel. We really just talk about boxing in my opinion. I may not know everything, but I'm gonna give it to you raw and uncut and how I feel. You understand? Check out my last video, Adrian Broner possibly facing Conor Benn, you know what I'm saying, in the future, my opinion on that. Check that out. Okay, Mr. Keith Thurman, my boy, my #1 favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Don't Duck Me, son. You know what I'm saying? For those the naysayers who doubt my boy Keith Thurman, Mr. Hematoba fighting Keith Thurman, Mr. going down from body shots. No, not going down from body shots, Keith Thurman. Let's talk about my boy. Have y'all checked the resume? Huh? Diego Chavez, undefeated, strong fighter. Bust my boy Keith Thurman nose. Keith Thurman came back and knocked him out in a later round. What the fuck are they talking? What are y'all talking about? Have y'all seen the resume of former champions before he ever fought a Sean Porter? Yes, Josito Lopez got at my boy. We all know that Keith Thurman was fighting through injuries majority of his fights. But one thing I would not give him an excuse for, and I'm a big fan of Keith Thurman, is Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao. Now, I have heard from Antoine Gary Russell Jr. If those who don't know, it's a video that Antoine Gary Russell Jr. actually told the public. Keith Thurman was injured in his left rib when he fought Manny Pacquiao. Not making an excuse for him because, like I said, I still don't give him an excuse. You said this man had T-Rex arms. You said this man was too little to even run up on you, Keith. And you go out there in the first round, you get knocked on your ass. Do you know how I felt when I was watching that fight, much shit I was talking? But hey, things happen in the sport of boxing. I'm not out there getting hit in my face, brother. You know I love you, Keith. But you know how much shit I was talking to my friends when that fight first started and how I had to look when you got knocked on your ass? Fighters should tell the public that they are injured before they go into fights. That way, we know what to do. We know who to bet on. We know how to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? We know to keep a closed mouth if we know that our favorite fighter is injured. But if we're not getting that from our favorite fighter, then we go into things looking very dumb. And Keith, you made me look very dumb. I knew for sure there's no way a Manny Pacquiao at 41 years old or whatever age he was when he beat you can beat my boy Keith Thurman. Not Mr. One-Time Keith Thurman. Y'all hit that like button, please. Please hit that like button. But instead, I go out there and I see my favorite fighter get knocked on his ass in the first round. Take nothing away from me, because I saw in the later rounds, you would have gotten that ass. You would have gotten that ass, and I understand you wanted a rematch. But, you know, like I tell people, there are spies in boxing. Manny Pacquiao is an OG in boxing, got long money. Long money. Manny Pacquiao got long money. Long money. So Manny Pacquiao could pay a spy just as easy and Keith Thurman Campbell somebody around to tell him, hey, he's injured. That rematch would have sold, but for some reason, we didn't get that rematch. So don't say nothing about Floyd Mayweather not rematching opponents no more when Manny Pacquiao didn't rematch Keith Thurman. Stop that. But we didn't get that. Keith Thurman, I know in the later rounds, he seen and he realized something, and he did a better job. But he lost. He lost. Don't forget about my boy Keith Thurman. Don't down my dog Keith Thurman. But Keith Thurman, my brother, and you know I love you, my nigga. From Clearwater, Florida, down south, love, respect. Respect. They say you out there in training camp, bro, you can't get past fitness training. Now, don't get it twisted. I can't get past none of your training. Probably 2 minutes of what you do, I couldn't do. So I'm not disrespecting you, but I'm just saying. You going in fighting Barrios, bro. A fight I don't like, but you are getting a step up. If Barrios choose to move to 147 and get his ass knocked out, hopefully that's what you need to do, Keith. But you got to go out here and you got to make an example for these people and show them that Keith Thurman ain't nothing to fuck with. And y'all know my boy ain't nothing to fuck with, but y'all want to been disrespectful. Oh, he lost to Manny Pacquiao. He been off 3 years. Oh, he lost to Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman ain't been a #1 welterweight since I don't know how long. Y'all already know when that boy come in here and he beat Barrios. Watch how many of y'all jump back on my boy bandwagon. Watch how many of y'all want to be fans of Keith Thurman once again. See, Blair Cobbs, I respect you, Blair Cobbs. Keep doing what you're doing. But you know you are an imitation of Keith Thurman. I respect you. You do what you do. You fight well, young man. I respect your hustle, your grind. But let's not forget, you are copycatting Keith Thurman. Just as well as how Errol Spence Jr. piggybacked off Keith Thurman's name. Keith Thurman was trying to fight Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather held Errol Spence up like a bulletproof vest and told him he needed to fight Errol Spence Jr. before he fights him. Now, this is after the time where Errol Spence supposedly blacked Floyd Mayweather's eyes, so people held it up and they held that shit forever. Keith Thurman did not duck Errol Spence Jr. Keith Thurman was supposed to fight Floyd Mayweather. They elevated Floyd Mayweather to the WBA Super Champ. He didn't duck Errol Spence. A lot of injuries. Why would people expect Keith Thurman to go into the fight with Errol Spence Jr. with injuries? He did it against Manny Pacquiao because that's a legendary fight. Y'all hit that like button if you're watching. Please hit that like button. Also, go subscribe. The link is in the description. My new YouTube channel where it will be strictly about boxing. Subscribe to that channel. He didn't duck him. Injuries. But yeah, everybody say he was ducking him. Plus, Errol Spence had nothing to offer Keith Thurman besides the fact that Floyd Mayweather was screaming Errol Spence's name to fight Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman was Floyd Mayweather's mandatory for the WBA belt. But Keith, with his training, please get it together, bro, because I'm counting on you out here. I've been your fan. I've been holding you down. When nobody else believed in Keith, I was riding with Keith. When people thought I was a Terrence Crawford fan, I had to let them know I was riding with Keith. I know what you about, pimping. That unorthodox style, that punching power. You understand? I know what you're about. Come back and show the world what time it is with Keith one-time Thurman. And the real deal fight at welterweight, like I keep telling y'all, is Errol Spence versus, no, not Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford versus Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman will beat Errol Spence. Like I told y'all, people have spies in boxing. Now, I'm not making this an excuse, but what's to say that Errol Spence from being a member in the PBC, Keith Thurman being a member in the PBC, what's to say that spies wasn't telling him that Keith Thurman was injured? What's to say that spies weren't trying to make that fight? Now, not spies, but spies reporting to Errol telling him that Keith going through a lot of injuries. Let's make this fight happen. Because y'all got to remember, Floyd had spies. You remember when he fought Andre Berto? And he said, I know for a fact he didn't even go in the gym and train that night. He said it was something. He said it was something else. They have spies in gyms, which is why they don't allow people to record and all that type of shit. Not making no excuse. Keith Thurman came back after that fight against Manny Pacquiao later and said that Manny Pacquiao's hands felt like cement, this and the other. I didn't like that either. I don't care if I'm a Keith Thurman fan or not. You should have said it after the fight. You know, it makes you look like a sore loser after a fighter beats you and then you come out with everything that you thought and what you think happened while the fight was happening. Why didn't you say it after the fight? And like I said, from what I understand, in boxing, they all have to sign this sheet of paper and let the Nevada commission or whatever commission know that they're coming in feeling this way. They got an injury. They're not feeling good. They will need a shot in this or they need a shot for that or whatever before they fight. So Keith Thurman did not do that. Even though I said that Antoine Gary Russell Jr. said that his rib was injured, there's no proof of it. So it's still a conspiracy theory at that. But even through that, remember that Keith Thurman is that same fighter that fought through that hematoma, who didn't go down, who fought Manny Pacquiao and gave him hell until he couldn't give him none no more. Didn't get knocked out. Adrian Broner did a better job, but my boy Keith didn't go down and didn't give up. That's a lot of heart there from Keith Thurman. And he gonna show y'all more heart at 147. I guarantee y'all that. I guarantee y'all that. But just let my boy shake that little ring rust up off him. Hit him with an uppercut. They're right. They out of there. Y'all know what time it is, James. They know what time it is, James. I don't think he beat Manny Pacquiao, bro. I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say he beat Manny, bro. And that's my favorite fighter. You know, I keep it 100. You know, I love to get on there and say, oh, Keith beat Manny Pacquiao. No, I can't do that. Adrian Broner did a better job. Probably didn't throw as much, didn't do as much as Keith, but he didn't come out there like Keith did. And y'all know that's just being real. You gotta love me for that. What up, Jay? Jay, what's up with you talking about some Terrence Crawford ducking boots now? How Terrence Crawford ducking boots now? Because Errol Spence winning. Errol Spence ducking boots, if anything. He wouldn't have made a unification fight to duck boots. How is Terrence ducking boots now? How is Terrence ducking boots now? Boots just went. Errol just went and got a unification fight, which trumps a mandatory. But Boots is his mandatory, and you get on my page and you tell me that Terrence is ducking Boots. Y'all hit that like button if you're watching. Please hit that like button. Nobody's hitting that like button. It's just a point. Just hit it. Donate to the channel. Go to Cash App, PayPal. The links are in the description. Go to Easy Work Boxing 2. The link is in the description. Subscribe to that channel so we can get 1,000 and we can go thorough on there with nothing but boxing talk, man. Come on, Jay. How you say that? I just want. How that go? You know? But they saying that Keith Thurman, I don't know who this conditioning trainer is, but his conditioning trainer is coming out telling the public that Keith Thurman can't even finish sessions. Keith Thurman, fire him. Fire him, Keith Thurman. If your conditioning trainer is coming out exposing that you can't finish sessions and talking shit, get rid of him, please. I don't know who he is. Hate for somebody to lose their job. People got children to feed, but when you're being disloyal and going out here running your mouth, get rid of him. Joseph Bailey, what's up with you, sir? Oh, you was just talking. Yeah, I bet you was, Jay. What's up with you though? Get rid of them, Keith. But we can't really say that that's true. Cause like I said, it's word of mouth. It's what somebody's saying. If you a grown man, grown woman, one thing you know in this world, you don't trust and believe nothing unless you see it or God tell you it's the truth. That's one thing we know as a man and a woman on this earth. You don't believe nothing unless God tell you it's the truth. Y'all hit that like button. I got 10 people on. I got 1 like. What's up with you, Kenneth Brooks, my brother? How you doing? I hope you okay, Kenneth. How you doing? Thanks somebody for hitting that like button. I truly appreciate that. Thank you. But Mario Barrios, like I told y'all, and like somebody mentioned in the comments on the last time I talked about this is really kind of a disrespect fight for Keith Thurman, because they want Keith Thurman to come out there and do a better job than Tank did against Barrios. So Keith Thurman will look very bad if he doesn't go out there and knock out Barrios. And I'm talking about earlier and a better fashion than Tank did, which I believe Keith Thurman can do. But due to the long layoff, you know, he's supposed to go in there in the ring and get the rust off him, which means he's supposed to go at least 12 rounds until he see an opening to knock his opponent out. But the world is going to be watching. Boxing fans are going to be watching. And then if he don't knock out Barrios in time, they're going to start saying that Tank can really beat Keith Thurman. Lord have mercy. Good management. Bad fight for Keith Thurman, though. Bad fight for Keith. He don't have to fight Boots right now. Boots is not his mandatory. He was Arrow's mandatory, remember? I wanted to see Virgil Ortiz versus Terrence Crawford. I thought that was next, but Virgil Ortiz has signed a deal to go fight somebody else, I heard. I was hoping it was Ortiz versus Crawford. But unfortunately, that's not going to be it. And shout out to my Mexican brothers and sisters. They got real mad because I came up with my theory of what Virgil Ortiz Jr. was doing when he left Robert Garcia. But at the same time, how can y'all deny that? I mean, deny that. That's what type of shit is that. How can y'all deny that? How can y'all deny that? Ain't that suspicious that once you become a mandatory for Crawford, you leave Robert Garcia and you go to the steroids camp? And I'm wrong for saying that? I'm racist for saying that? I'm jealous of... Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. No bias talk, no racism. Virgil Ortiz is a hell of a fighter, but he ain't gonna beat Terrence Crawford. He's not. Now, to be honest with you, with Boots, that's really a fight for Terrence Crawford. And I think Terrence Crawford need to go at Boots. If not now, his next fight. Because, see, Boots too big for that weight class. So, I think that Terrence need to wait one more fight and fight Boots. But it is deadly to sit up and wait on Boots. To wait 2 years, I don't think that's good. Even though Boots ain't fighting nobody to sharpen his skills, but still, he's still progressing through the fighters that he's fighting. And we got to remember, like I said, Sergey Lipinets, former 140-pounder. Thomas Delorme, Former 140 pounder, 35 pounder, if I ain't mistaken. But when I talk about this shit, people say, I'm hating, but it's the truth. This dude is a 154 pounder, 160 pounder for real. Just like Errol. Or really a 168er. I'm not a hater. A 168er. I'm not a hater. Never have been, never will. Real shit, Joseph. Keith Thurman do not need to get in no ring with no damn boots. Come on now. Why everybody want to say that? Like I just made a video about Adrian Broner versus Conor Benn. That's a setup to lose. Why Keith Thurman need to jump out there and fight boots? Hell no, that man ain't been in the ring damn near 3 years. 3 years, y'all. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. That ain't right. 3 years and y'all want to just jump in there with boots. One of the most talked about sharp fighters at welterweight right now because he go back to back with fights. And y'all want him to run out there. Come on, man, that ain't right. Y'all just sometimes now just be speaking the truth. People just want certain fighters just run up and get beat. Just run up and get beat. No, Keith, don't do that. Fight this Barrios fight. I don't care how you look, Keith. Come out there, get that rust off you, see them openings, realize what you're missing, go back to the gym, repeat that, come back, be great again. That's what I want to see Keith Thurman do. Not come back and get set up to get beat like they trying to do Adrian Broner too. Not use his name for another fighter. Hell no. We not doing that. We ain't doing that with Keith Thurman, baby. Nah. No. I ain't gonna let y'all set my boy up like that. Hell no. I mean, whatever is his fault. At the end of the day, it's still boxing, and no, he don't deserve that shit. This man is the former #1 welterweight in the world. In fact, if I ain't mistaken, that WBC title is still Keith Thurman's for real. That WBC title is still Keith's. He didn't lose it. Keith didn't lose that title. Mr. Fighting with a hematoma. Mr. Don't go down from body shot. Huh? Y'all done forgot about Keith, man. But y'all gonna remember his name. I guarantee y'all gonna remember Keith Thurman's name, baby. Talking about whoever that conditioning coach, oh, he can't make it through sets, this, that, and the other. Okay. You know that your team is very important, man. Your team is very important. Even, like Floyd Mayweather always said. Excuse me. You got to have a good team. You got to have a good team behind you. Thurman want to fight Errol so bad. That's the reason why he's fighting, or he be retired right now. No, I think that Keith Thurman want to fight so bad because he need money. Not that he need it, but he is a prize fighter. And I think he wants to get back to the #1 position. And I think he's willing to fight all of them to do it. You know, I don't like what he did with Terrence Crawford. I didn't like that shit at all. You know, you coming back screaming Terrence Crawford's name, but then when you get offered or talked about the fight, you bid yourself out for $10 million. You know, that was some sucker shit from my favorite fighter. And I admit that. That was some bullshit. If you didn't want to fight him, you shouldn't have mentioned Terrence Crawford's name and then tried to outbid yourself with $10 million, Keith Thurman. Now, we just going to keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that about how Keith Thurman did that. But My boy back. Y'all gonna see what time it is with Keith Thurman. Just give my boy a chance to make his step-up fight. You know what I'm saying? Get the rust off of him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 1-2 fights even. He been gone 3 years, y'all. 3 years. And I know y'all gonna say, well, Floyd was off this amount of time, came back, and whoever else was. He's not Floyd Mayweather. He's Keith Thurman. So let my boy come back. You know what I'm saying? Probably by the end of 2022, we'll see a matchup with a big name welterweight. We'll see a matchup with a big name welterweight, and we'll all be happy. The only thing I hate about this situation with Keith Thurman is that he has nothing to offer a Hughes. He has nothing to offer an Errol. He has nothing to offer a Terrence Crawford. But Terrence could go out there, but what credibility would that be to give Terrence beating a Keith Thurman after a 3-year layoff? Now, honestly, I'm all for Terrence getting his credibility. But beating a Keith Thurman on a 3-year layoff, no. No. And that's not Terrence Crawford's fault. That's not Terrence Crawford's fault. It don't matter to him, I'm sure, that Keith Thurman had been off 3 years. That's Keith Thurman's fault. But fighting Keith Thurman after all this time, a 3-year layoff, no, that wouldn't be beneficial. That wouldn't be beneficial to Terrence Crawford at all. Y'all hit that like button. Please hit that like button. I ain't giving him a chance. Y'all try to crucify Errol, and he been through more. Oh, you talking about situations of car crashes and detached eye retinas, but he back. He back. And it kind of make it seem like, I'm happy that you brought it up, that the detached eye retina situation wasn't true. Because why would you jump back in the ring with a deadly fighter like Hughes with a detached retina right after healing after the detached retina? He should have had a step-up fight. But people say I'm crazy, but make it kind of seem like detached retina wasn't real, huh? You going back in the ring with a guy that just retired, Manny Pacquiao, right after you had a detached retina? Well, damn. You a bad man, Errol Spence. You a bad fucking man. The guy that retired Manny Pacquiao, which is a southpaw just like you. Well, damn. You know, I go on and on about that car crash and all that shit. I done talked about it before. It's irrelevant at this point. We should just be happy that Spence is fighting Hughes. The belts are lined up, 3 belts. The man who walks out that ring gets 3 belts. So the car crash, detached retinas, all this shit I'm talking about when people bring it up don't mean shit. I am not a hater of Errol Spence. I just see through the facade, the illusion of Errol Spence. Mr. Man Down, Mr. Strap Season, ducking around corners, want to go and fight motherfucking Canelo Alvarez and fight Michael Garcias instead of going for that WBO title. But then people say we haters because we tell the truth. We haters because we tell the truth. I'ma always be a hater then. On this channel, Easy Work Boxing will always be a hater when it comes to the truth. I will always be a hater. I don't go against all these are black men, white men, whatever men they are. Talented brothers doing way more than I did. They getting punched in their face. They pursuing their dreams, doing way better than I am. I can never hate, dislike, discredit any of these men. But I'm going to speak my opinion. Much respect and love to them all. Thank you for the support. Thank you for what you have given us. Regardless of what I say, I'm never a hater of you guys. I admire you more than anything. I admire you more than anything. But when it's the truth, it's the truth. Thank you, Mr. Gumbo. I truly appreciate you. Thank you, sir. But that's basically all I can say really in this video, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I go on and on again. You know, I gotta put my phone on charge. I'll find another video to come back out and talk about. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I'm gonna tell y'all, everybody who's on the channel now, look in the description. I have another YouTube channel, Easy Work Boxing 2. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. Please hit that like button, subscribe to that channel. Even if you don't watch my boxing videos, if you're on here for other content, hit that like button, help your boy out to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you want to donate to the channel, go to Cash App, PayPal. The links are in the description. There are also buttons at the top of the channel. Comment, hit your notification bells. I would truly appreciate that. We're gonna see, Jay. We're gonna see. But once again, I thank y'all for y'all love and y'all support. This is Easy Work Boxing. I am out.